Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, thank you for coming back and joining me on this new journey. For my new friends joining, my name is Tiffany. I'm very new to YouTube, as I'm sure most of you guys are figuring out with with my videos. But I am slowly learning and enjoying the journey along the way, that is for sure. So if all else fails, hopefully you guys get a good chuckle out of my video. I know I sure do. So on my YouTube channel, I kind of do a little bit of everything. So in this video, I am renovating our family's homestead. This is the property that I grew up on. I was born and raised here in Central Florida. As of December, I took over ownership of my parents' properties. My mom passed, and my parents got a divorce. My mom passed. My brother was living here. Very long story short, and the place ended up getting trashed really bad. So I took over ownership from my brother, and now I own the property. And I am in the very long process of gutting, cleaning up, and fixing up and renovating the property. So this has been a pretty long series so far. I think this is series 18, I think. So you guys can start back on video 1 and watch the whole process of kind of each step as from when I first got there and first started cleaning up the property as to where I am as of this video. And I currently live in Michigan, so this is going to be kind of like my second home, my winter home. And then when I am not staying there like part-time, or whenever I decide to come down to see family and friends and whatnot, get away from the cold Michigan winter, I'm going to be Airbnb-ing it as my goal. So that'll be kind of like a second income coming in to just kind of help recoup the money that I'm having to put into it, and help with taxes and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of my long-term goal with the property. And then I also, like I said, I live in Michigan, so I have a 1907 stone cottage that I bought a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't know, time flies. So I've been fixing her up and been doing lots of landscaping and gardening and home renovations. And I also do videos with like cooking and canning. I'm trying to think what else. So it's just a little bit of everything: gardening, cooking, canning, a bunch of home renovations. So if you guys like that stuff, make sure you like and subscribe and tag along on my journey. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. Oh, jeez. This is where I'm at as of right now. I've got this entire wall done with the beadboard. Started there. Now I just have to do this wall. Now I've just got to cut out outlet and then around the windows, and it's going to be the same for over there. So this is going to be a little bit more trickier. Darn bees. A little bit more trickier, but I'm excited how well this wall is already looking. Makes it look a lot more complete. And then I just have to work on the doors. I've got the rosettes up there, and then the trim. This is what I'm doing in all the doorways and the window, around the windows. So let's get to cutting. So during this home renovation journey, my dad has been helping me pretty much day in and day out. So while I'm down and I'm there working on the property, he's been up there helping me. And then when I'm not there, like when I have to come back up here to Michigan, then he comes over, or he goes up there, and he's been working on the property just about every day as well. And he's been doing a lot of the electrical, which I'm so grateful for, because there's a lot of things that I am okay with learning, or I would love to learn, and I love being handy and doing a lot of DIY stuff, and just I like to learn as much as I can because I'm cheap and I can't afford to hire people. I love to learn as much as I can, but when it comes to the electrical, I feel like like my dad's teaching me some of it, which is great, but it definitely is not electrical scares me. So I'm extremely grateful that my dad has been doing like 99.9% of the electrical on the house for me, so I am extremely grateful for him. And then my wonderful neighbor Phil, he's been coming up and helping a lot, so I'm extremely grateful for him. He's been letting me borrow his trailers and his side-by-side to haul stuff, and he's been just such a huge blessing. The guys currently have the window out. They are up to that point with the metal siding. So right now, there we go. So they're up to that point with the metal siding, so they're taking out the old window with the plywood, and we're fixing to put the new window in. It's a little bit shorter than the original one that was in there before they plywood over half of it. So it's gonna be a little bit shorter, but it's gonna be a lot more light in there because obviously it's not covered with plywood, so that's gonna make that side look really nice. Got more nails in my nail gun. I figure out why it wasn't sticking. I'm like, hey Dad. Hey Dad. I got an idea. I got a good idea. I think I'm onto something. So you know how the kitchen wall comes to like right in here somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about putting a window right here.
Oh, over here in the corner?
Yeah.
That would be nice. Make sure the back porch, you got this one. No, I don't. Does it come far enough over?
It does. It does. It's just in there talking about windows.
That's about where the closet is.
Closet is like
over here.
But there's a pretty big area that would hold
If you can get one in there.
How hard it would be with the electrical.
Won't bother me none.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't do it probably for a little. I don't know. I wonder.
That's a good idea. I kind of like that.
Well, that was not the reaction I was expecting. I thought that was going to be like, I can't believe you're thinking of this now after the siding and the walls are up. You're no fun, Dad. I thought you were going to be like...
You are serious, right?
I am. I'm very curious about it.
So
I did not even think about adding a window on.
From here over. Or just say 2 feet.
A little bit of warmth.
So, put the light on.
Nope. I know. I'm
so
like,
you could put a window safely, like right here somewhere,
and go all the way to the wall.
and you could go over there with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
Right? And that would
your power's
really...
below here. Your power's below. As far as I know, your switch is there. So
How low could I go with it? I could go to about right here, you think?
You
Probably the same as...
Huh. Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like, would we start from the outside and cut and work our way in, or would we... I feel so stupid because I'm like, I got the the bead board up. We've got...
No, it's okay.
Insulation.
All right, so I said 24 inches.
Just don't draw on it yet.
30 inches.
Don't draw. Don't
I'm
draw.
gonna say 30 inches. I did touch it. 30 inches.
I will forever see that black Sharpie mark.
You can fix that. And you could go with a 36-inch window.
Huh.
You could go probably with a 42-inch window.
Okay.
So you could go, if you want to go all the way, 42.
Yeah, I have more light in this kitchen, the better.
I would go higher than that window.
I would.
Well, then you'll have to do something with this one too.
Oh, well, that's true. It's probably gonna look wonky having a...
So... let me do this before I put marks some places I don't know I'm putting them in if he finds them later. Anyway, yeah, so you could go whatever I just said, 32 or something, 42, I think I said.
all these things you think of after everything is put in. I'm like, oh, I feel like that would look so nice having a window on that wall. But I'm like, gosh darn it, I wish I would have thought of that like before the walls were up and before the sink was in and the countertops were in, because I would have totally redone the layout of this whole wall for sure. I put the huge window in there. Sink probably would have went right there with counter space there, and then all along here. And I still don't know what to do with that window, but yeah, nope, hindsight, I would have definitely done that different, because it would sure be nice to have a big window, but I don't feel like taking that on at the moment because there's so much other things that have to be done. So my dad and I were just talking, maybe the next year or two, see how things go. I'll live with it. You know, house obviously will be done, and then decide at that point maybe add on a put a window in. And then another thing is, I like bigger the better for windows. I like lots of windows and lots of natural light. So I would want as big of a window as I could get into that spot. Only problem is then it's going to look really funky with that little window. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think if I did put a bigger window in there at some point, would it look really kind of crazy with a little window like beside it? Or do you think it would look okay? I don't know. It's kind of, right now the window's like super dirty, so that's bothering me, but I need to like have someone come in. Maybe I'll like, yeah, do you mind cleaning windows while I'm gone? So I'm like, oh. Windows are so dirty. Inside and out, they're just very dirty. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think it would look weird having a big window there and then having a little window beside it? Or do you think it would look okay? Do you think I would just, at that point in time, I don't think I could fill it over because it wouldn't look good with the paneling, with the beadboard. So it has to say a window. Maybe I would make that window bigger as well. I don't know, because it's like, I think about the back porch. If I did make that window bigger, I would need to do that before I finish the back porch and put the walls and stuff in there also. And that's obviously going to be sooner rather than later. So I don't know. Like, I just like so wish you could like see these things, or hate when you last minute later on in the project you're like, oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Gosh darn it. Because if the walls weren't, like if the kitchen was back to 2x4s, I would 100% go to Lowe's and get me a window, and we would reframe and put the window in. 100%. I would. This whole kitchen would be different if I was still back to the original studs. And then countertop people are coming tomorrow. It's Thursday right now. So they'll be here tomorrow afternoon after 2. So that's exciting. And the backsplash will be in and everything will be sealed. Where I'm at with the beadboard. Got everything done on this wall. Now I'm fixing to finish up this wall. I have this little spot here that I need to do. I actually need to take this piece of drywall out. Oh my gosh, there's another one of those freaking corner pieces. Because you have to put the beadboard here, and then you have to cut a little piece that fits here, and there's a lip back here, but it just does not line up. Oh, and there's a trim piece too. Oh, it's such a pain. So as you can tell here, it's still kind of drying, so it looks kind of wonky, and I still got to trim everything off with trim, but it was very difficult getting a piece to fit in here, and nothing straight, so it's like the top is 2 inches, and then the middle area was like 2.5 inches, so you're trying to cut with your jigsaw, you know, to make it flow with the other wall, and it just doesn't work. So So it's a little bit wavy, but thank goodness for caulk. Short. She is done. That looks a lot better. It looks more like a bedroom wall. Hey guys, alright, quick update on the countertops. These countertops have been the most annoyingest thing ever. Okay, so they just showed up for the backsplash, because I don't know if you guys saw the prior video that the installers came in. It's not the installer's fault by any means. They're like the sweetest people ever. But the backsplash is supposed to be the OG ends, like it kind of, I'll show you. It's supposed to come along here and then it tapers down. Well, very long story short, they get here and they have pieces for the sides, which was not a part of the layout and the plan at all. But I guess when the guy came here for measurements, Dad said to put the side pieces in here, which is fine. That's actually a good idea because it kind of protects the walls a little bit. But the original plan, freaking fly. But the original is supposed to come along and then taper down. So they get here and it's a continuous piece to the wall and then it comes out here. Well, their pieces weren't OG'd or beveled at the top. They were just a solid square looking top. Same here, and then it was straight down. Like there was no OG in at all on any of the pieces, the tops nor the sides. So the countertops in and they left. I called, I don't know, they left. We went over everything. They left, contacted the countertop company. The owner called me. Very long story short, at first he was like, no, it's not on there, but then he found it. He's like, okay, I see it now. We'll get it taken care of. We'll call you when they can come back out. And I was like, well, I leave Friday, so it needs to be like before Friday. So here it is Friday. I'm leaving tonight. They were scheduled to come out after 2, so they get here. And they only OG'd the top, not the ends. I'm like... So then the installer, again, he's just the messenger, so he's, I'm not getting upset. I'm just like, how hard is this? Like, we agreed on this from the very beginning, and we had the whole blueprint, so why, I don't understand the issue here. So, long story short, it is OG'd at the top, but it cuts off flat here. Completely flat. There is no, like, it's just like, me. Dad's like, are you talking to yourself again?
You need my medication again? I got
So.
You got that from your grandpa or grandma?
Yeah, definitely Grammy. So very, very long story short, they took all the pieces back. I'm like, nope, that is not, because when they were here, they did the drawouts of what the ends were supposed to look like, including the tops. They got the tops right. They just haven't OG'd the ends of the pieces. I'm like, I want a solid block and going, pew! I just don't. I want it supposed, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like. It kind of trickles down and it comes to a nice end right at the end of this countertop. And this is where it goes. That's what it's supposed to, that's what we all came into agreement on. That's what it said on the blueprint. That's what I paid for. And now they can't seem to get it right. And then the guy's like, well, he said if you want the OG ends, it's going to be an $80 upcharge on each end. I'm like, no. No, that's not, no, absolutely not. So I was like, nope. So I called them back up again. Of course, the people weren't there that I needed to talk to. It was, I believe, one of the gals at the front. So she said, send me email again with the pictures, which has already happened. They took pictures of the what I wanted, so they already have everything. So why they need it again, I don't know. But I resent everything, and I even got a little piece of paper and pen, and I drew out what it's supposed to look like, and I sent it to them. And then the installers just left, and they're taking all the backsplash back to them again. And they said they will call me when they get the chance. So I'm like, well, I leave tonight, so like nothing ever goes to. There's always a billion bumps on each trail that you're on, so there's no backsplash as of now. At least the countertops are in. I did get a microwave to put in here, so we can heat food up while we're working, and Dad can heat food up while he's working here, and got little flowers to brighten up the kitchen, make it look kind of homey. So that's the update on the countertop. So I don't know, maybe next week they'll have it figured out. I don't know. I'm waiting for them to like call me back and be like, nope, you're gonna have to pay an $80 upcharge. I don't know. And in the contract it says the OG, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where the mess up and the confusion is here with everything, but it's all good. It makes me kind of wish now. I wish I would have went with the first countertop company that I got quoted, because they were $2,000 more, but that was for 2 slabs. 2 slabs, and I had a 10-inch backsplash. And I believe there was quite a bit more countertop left, so then I could have put the rest of the countertop, I could have made a table or put it on the kitchen island, or could have done something else with that other half of the slab. And it would have been, in the long run, it would have actually probably been less stressful and cheaper. So I should have just went with the first company, but I was like, oh, I'm saving a couple $1,000. Granted, it was 1 slab left. I was like, instead of going from the 10-inch, I went down to the 5-inch because it saved an extra $2,000 on not needing another slab. And I don't know. And then now, because they messed up the first time, I wanted a continuous piece from wall to wall, and they cut it out behind the stove, which wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't a part of, like, I have no idea. Like, I think this is because I wasn't here when they did measurements, and the guy went back. I have no idea, and it's all jacked up, I feel like, now. But they didn't do a continuous piece like I wanted behind the stove. So now they only have these short little pieces. So they went back to see how much more of the slab they had left, so they can do a continuous piece, and they don't have a long enough piece. So now they have to cut them at an angle and glue them, and they said it's seamless. I won't be able to see it, but is that really true? I think I can guarantee I will still spot it. I'll be like, I'll see the crack. So I don't know. It's like, well, I don't know. It'll all work out. Everything always works out. I don't know why I get like stressed about it. My biggest thing is I don't want to be charged an $80 fee for each end, and I need 4 of them. So I'm like, I don't want to spend on any unnecessary money, because everything is very much on a tight budget. I've got a lot that has to get done with everything has got to really, I can't have very many uh-ohs and mess-ups where I've got to come up with X amount of money. So that would be a good chunk. So I'm like, and it just looks, I feel like I'm sounding so prissy, but it's like, it kind of looks stupid without it, because it's just like, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being dramatic, I don't know, but I don't like how it looks. I feel like it looks very like cookie cutter, like not, I don't know, no character at all. It's just very like modern, not finished looking. But anywho, we'll see when that comes. But we've been working on staining the cabinets. Been having a heck of time with them, but they are getting darker. That one's really dark. So we're gonna install them here in a little bit just to kind of see what they look like. And see if that's the right shade for those countertops, because they're still coming out, they were coming out really rosy colored. And they need to be darker to make those countertops really pop. So I'm like, I don't know. But I don't know if I showed you guys the video. I did get all the beadboard up. Oh, I'm already starting to yawn. I got too long of a drive to be yawning already. And then I still got to finish up that. I did get these two pieces in. I still got to obviously put drywall up there, and then I need to finish this room. Oh, you guys I'm sure get a good chuckle out of all my videos. So I think I'm going to return the stove. I like the stove, but it does come in white glass. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that I want to go more white, since, I don't know, but not only that, but then Dad and I was talking, I'm like, it's probably going to be 3-4 months before everything is done and usable, like livable. And I'm like, well, the warranty, because the reviews on it are kind of, I didn't look a whole lot into the reviews on it when I bought it, because I just bought it from Lowe's. But the reviews are kind of funky on them. Like, some of them are good and a good chunk of them are not. So I'm like, I don't want to wait that long to use it, and then it, then it's almost out of warranty and then something happens to it. So I'm like, if I return it, that way it's out of here, I have the money for it set aside, and then in 3-4 months when I'm officially like everything's done, then buy it again or buy a different one or something and put it in. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I do like it. It's a very pretty stove and oven combo. I don't know. It's so hard trying to coordinate and do all this stuff from out of state. So I feel like when I'm down here, I'm like 500 things to do and not enough time to do it in. So that's kind of where I'm at. Alrighty, this is where we are stopping right now with the house, and we'll continue the rest of the way around when I get back down here end of next month. So this is where we are at. Got the new window in. They finished right to the corner of the window, so next trip down we will continue around. And then we currently have the horse trailer in here. Oh, there's Dad. He's in here hiding. Got the tractor in here.
Is this his hat, or is this just the hat laying around?
Just the hat laying around. And then so the tractor's in here, and then Dad backed the horse trailer in here, so she is protected. Got her up on block so she's off the axles. But that way she is safe and protected out of the weather. She's full of all the furniture and stuff for inside the house that we just. Oh, it's all the blades. It's all good. So it's full of all the stuff that I just hauled down from Michigan like last weekend. So that way it's all protected and safe in there. I've got this trailer ready. So that trailer's getting hauled back with me. I'm gonna ask the ag center on the way out of the state line if I can haul lumber into the state, if I buy it from like Menards or Lowe's or something and I have a receipt. And if so, then when I come back down end of next month, I am going to bring down all the wood flooring from up there and a bunch of 1x4x14s, because I need more 1x4s for the ceilings, and then I need 1x12x12s for wood flooring for in the house, and it's significantly cheaper up there. And this last trip, it just didn't really have the room for it, and it would have been way too heavy for the truck with all the furniture and stuff I had in there. So one thing Dad's gonna work on, hopefully it rains and we can get a burn permit while I'm gone, and we can get this whole pile out here cleaned up. So it kind of gives you an idea what it looks like as of right now, because we still have a lot of stuff that we have to get cleaned up. So we called and tried to get a burn permit, but they weren't issuing any because it's so dry and windy. So couldn't burn this trip. So hopefully in the next month and get that whole pile burned and out of here, and then we can come through and start trimming up trees and stuff and burn again. But we don't want to add more to it until we get that burned down. And that's give you guys a brief take of what everything looks like. There's still some scrap metal and stuff that needs to get picked up. My God, it's nice. We now have cameras up all around the house and in all the buildings. So, have security cameras and floodlights and stuff. So, if anyone's were to try to, and a lot of no trespassing signs. We put up a bunch of the trespassing signs also around the property. So hopefully that deters anybody that wants to come up here. Hopefully. Okay, that's where we're at. Hey guys, alright, I am wrapping up, getting ready to leave. It's Friday evening or night. I think it's about 7 o'clock. So I figured I'd give you a quick run through of what the place looks like and where we are leaving it from the inside. Okay. So I got the beadboard piece up there. This is gonna have the barn beams going across here. I still gotta put the cabinets, pull-out drawers and stuff there, but and then of course the countertop backsplash did not get installed, but at least the main countertops are in. I didn't get the chance to finish drywalling and beadboarding this, but I did get the beadboard in completely in this room. I didn't put it on this wall because Dad still has to pull this panel off to redo the wiring, because I'm gonna have a chandelier there over the dining room table, and then 4 can lights or recess lights. They're gonna be on separate switches, so he's gotta change the wiring there. And then I got up until that point with the beadboard. This has been the most challenging because it's angled and it's kind of like it's flat, and then so it's hard to bend the beadboard. So that's as far as I got with that because it's getting late. And then I'm coming. Got the beadboard along there. So I'll have to do that side. Now I have the guys in here hanging drywall, so you can at least get the top part done. And then next time I'm down, I'm gonna run the beadboard. I'm gonna run the beadboard along the bottom, and then I can put wallpaper. I have the wallpaper picked out for this room already, and I'm gonna go along the top. And then this is still a hot mess. And then of course this bedroom is done. I just have to mold around the windows and the door, and then put the wood flooring in, and then mold around the bottom. So it is looking good. Say hi, Dad.
All right, question.